Good evening and welcome everyone to ExiledTruth's topic chat discussion tonight. Tonight we are discussing the effects of wireless devices on human beings. And we are going to be talking with August, Gymnasium, and myself, as well as iCarbon and Raging PMS.
What is being called electronic smog is affecting our lives, and we can all share individually if maybe some of the symptoms that are being alleged to be caused by excessive Wi-Fi. If any of us are suffering any of those, or we've effects. So, Stormy, I don't know if you want to share any data that you've collected. I have too, and there's a couple interesting things that I can read, but why don't you go ahead and see what you can bring to the table right now.
All right, well, here, from what I gathered, I was looking up several articles earlier. A good number of the symptoms seem to be brain-related. Restless sleep, foggy brain, memory problems, unexplained aches and pains. So we start with those, and those are kind of those are pretty. Although your mind controls your pain centers, there's also an increase of cancer, autism, immune system disorders. I mean, it's crazy all the things that this seems to cause, and I guess it's the exposure to the radiation that you're getting that's doing it.
And it's a bit of a thermal effect. Well, it is. It's not just a bit. But August, I wanted to see if we could tap into you to because I would like to maybe give a little explanation as to what Wi-Fi is, so that maybe some of us that don't exactly understand what it is. But I'd like to see if you could give us a little bit of a synopsis of what it is, and a little history, because I'm sure you know.
Wireless technology has been around a lot longer than a lot of people are aware of. Back along with infrared. Infrared is the device that you use in your remote controls to turn your TV on and off, because people are too lazy to get up and push the on and off switch and change the channels manually. So now they have remote control of the infrared signal, that invisible beam, and that was founded probably in around 1863. And think that even exists, and they go, well, how is that? If they had that technology that long ago, and I said, well, it's had its applications and technology. Probably some of the first wireless technology was founded in the late 1800s and early 1900s, because, as you all know, implementation of Tesla, he was like the father of this technology, so to speak. So a lot of people don't realize that he invented the 20th century as far as transmitting so forth, and he used wireless technology to light up light bulbs, and a lot of people don't realize that Edison wasn't the first to tamper with the ingenious filament that's in the light bulb. I have an Edison light bulb at my house here, and I oh my God, that is so cool. And the original light bulb that Edison created, his field that he wanted to go more wireless, but because of the times, it wasn't really, they weren't able. Has always levels of science and bled down into the general household in time, and we've seen it start to emerge in the late 40s, early 50s through the military, and then, like I said, into the 60s. Is popularly known, and then since then it's just totally gone, freaky wild. But it's gotten out of control to the point that there are a lot of negatives to wireless technology. The damaging effect on the human brain, because the human brain is generally water and electricity. We are negative and positive ions in our blood cells. Each of our blood cell has a negative and a positive electrical charge in the white blood cell and the red blood cell. So any outside electrical pulse, such as wireless or X-ray, when you go to the doctor's dentist to have X-rays done, that technology all affects the human chemistry of the body, the science of the human body. So yes, it is very detrimental, and there hasn't been much attention paid to this of the general and as of late, more people are starting to realize and educate themselves more to the devices that they're implementing, and the future holds a good promise for it. But at the present time, there is. I am Truth technology. I believe that there has been a lot yet to come to surface with it. But as I say, they're just trying to get it free. And I do a lot of research and development with my technology company, and have since 1987. And we've come up with alternatives, but we haven't been able to get them to implement that portion yet.
Well, there's a couple of suggestions that they have as far as what you can do to lessen your exposure. And one is, like Jim had said the other night, turn off your wireless routers, because they broadcast for anywhere between 100 to 500 feet, and that's going through your body all the time. They also suggest that you don't use your cell phone for really long calls. If you're going to make a really long call, use a landline. Wait until you got a landline. Take care of just short business when you're on your cell phone. Also, do not use those earpieces with the EMF protector tabs. Don't think that they prevent high frequency radiation from heating up your brain tissue and affecting you in other ways, because they do. Bluetooth phones, you don't even have to make a call for the radiation to affect you. Just having the phone turned on and in close proximity will irradiate every cell in your body. So yeah. When you have your cell phones, if you've got those chargers, unplug the chargers when you're not using them. Spend as much time as you can in natural settings, away from all that. And this one is interesting. Increase your iodine intake. Find an iodine
variety to use, particularly because no one really owns it, and so a lot of people can tap into that technology and use it. The problem is that when we're using Bluetooth headsets, because they're so dominant now with wireless usage in cell phones, is that we have those things sticking in our ear. So we are getting that non-ionized radiation, and it is has that heating effect, and that's the problem. And so even Bluetooth, that close to be an issue. I'm going to throw up some links for you guys to bookmark with regard to Bluetooth that you can check out. But the whole point is that we are bathing ourselves in what has been called electronic smog. And although wireless is making life in some ways more convenient, and there's also a huge cool factor to it, there are some definitive risks. And I know that Raging may have had a question, and some other people did. I wanted to actually read something that I thought was put into pretty good layman's terms for those of us that aren't completely technical uber geeks, to explain what the components are regarding Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, by the way, is a term that was kind of a takeoff from hi-fi. Everybody remembers hi-fi, text chat, and high fidelity. Well, Wi-Fi is wireless fidelity, so that's where that came from. So I'll break that down. I'll break down a little bit of what I found in a little bit and go for it.
Yeah, I just sent a link over to Carbon. A lot of people sit back and they go, well, you know, how do you know any, you know, as far as wireless technology? 18, as I put up in the window, the first wireless telephone conversation took place in the end of the 1800s. Heinrich Hertz was one of the pioneers of wireless, and 1888 there were several findings and experiments that were done. Alexander Graham Bell, Tommy Edison, that's a well-known. I can't remember the other guy's name. David. Wait a second. Let me think. David. Hold on.
While you're thinking of that, let me pick up so we don't have too many gaps in sound here. Let me just, I'm going to read something, lay it out there, and then we'll, you know, I guess people can mic up and ask questions and stuff, and then I'll just kind of, I want to read something else. Just for people that are, what we're talking about here are radio frequencies. Bluetooth works off of RF. Your mobile phone does to a degree. Wi-Fi is radio. It's a radio frequency, and we know that frequencies that affect us. I mean, we know throughout time, everybody's heard the dot that affects us, and even when it's not audible, it still is something that we are receiving. And yeah, there's a thermal effect that is in what's in question here. But just even the inaudible frequency affecting our sleep patterns and things, and that's what, as all of these signals are sent through the air, even while we're sleeping or moving about through life. These are the things that are affecting us because we're taking in all that information and data. But, well, I'll read this in a second. Anybody else? Raging.
You have a question, Raquelian?
Oh, I want just to change into that. I want to know what's in 99 that help us fight against whatever the wireless thing is destroying in our bodies or whatever like that. Sorry if I'm confusing you, but do you understand what I'm trying to say?